Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
And KELY News, sponsored as usual by Sahara Motors. Ready for all seasons, the Kawasaki Ridge XR Crew Limited HVAC side-by-side keeps cool in the summer, dry in the rain, warm in the winter. Conquer any trail, creek, or blizzard while staying comfortable the whole way. Check one out today at Sahara Motors. We are looking for showers to move into the area. Cooler temperatures, today's high 15 degrees cooler than yesterday, just 49 for our anticipated high. Those showers so far, according to radar, are going well to our north. In fact, if you're heading toward Wells on 93, be advised you're going to run into them sooner rather than later. A 4.8 magnitude earthquake struck about 48 miles east-northeast of Tonopah shortly after 8:30 yesterday morning. According to the Nevada Seismological Laboratory at the UNR, the quake was followed by at least a dozen aftershocks, maybe close to 24 by now, ranging in magnitude from 2.0 to 3.9. Strongest was about 9:45 last night, a 3.9. We also had two within the last hour, two additional aftershocks up in that area in the 2.0 to 2.5 range. No reports of damage or injury. Seismologists say aftershock activity is common following an earthquake of this size, could continue throughout the coming days. The owner of the Owl Club in Eureka has been arrested following a year-long narcotics investigation. According to the Eureka County Sheriff's Office, deputies with the Eastern Nevada Narcotics Task Force, those detectives, conducted two controlled drug purchases from owner Eleni Mentaberry before serving a search warrant February 26 at the club and an attached residence on North Main Street in Eureka. Multiple agencies assisted in the operation. Authorities say firearms, drug paraphernalia, and narcotics were seized. Mentaberry, arrested without incident, faces felony charges, including possession of methamphetamine for sale and maintaining a building for drug activity. The sheriff's office says the investigation is ongoing. US 93 between Lagos Junction and Wells yesterday closed for several hours following a crash between a semi and a train. No details on injuries in the crash have been made available at this time. Candidate filing for the 2026 primary election opens today and continues through March 13th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. each weekday. While candidates may begin the process online through the Nevada Secretary of State's website, all filings must be completed in person at the White Pine County Clerk's office during the filing period. Filing fees must be paid at the time by cash, cashier's check, or certified check. Personal checks and credit cards not accepted. Positions up for election include county assessor, county clerk, county recorder, county treasurer, district attorney, and sheriff. 2 seats on the county commission, seats 1 and 5, will also be on the ballot. Several special district and board positions open as well. Seats on the Baker Water and Sewer GID, the McGill-Ruth Water and Sewer GID, the Hospital District Board of Trustees, the School District Board of Trustees, Soil Conservation District, and White Pine Television District. In the city of Ely, 3 seats are up, seats 1, 3, and 5. The 2026 primary election scheduled for June 19th, the general election set for November 3rd. For more information, contact the county clerk's office. White Pine County Sheriff's Office had a wide range of calls Thursday and Friday. Deputies handled multiple reports of reckless or impaired driving involving semi-trucks and passenger vehicles on state highways. Several traffic hazards cleared, including disabled trucks and debris on roadways, and stranded motorists were assisted. In Ely, deputies investigated a stalking complaint that was forwarded to the district attorney's office, along with a hit-and-run crash and a reported theft of public utilities that remains under investigation. Other calls included threats made over social media and several welfare checks. One arrest reported, 57-year-old Patricia Colville taken into custody on a domestic battery charge. She is innocent until convicted in a court of law. In other news across the state, one person in custody after allegedly firing a shotgun at a brothel in Pahrump. Nye County sheriffs say deputies responded Saturday to reports of a person shooting at Sheri's ranch on Homestead Road near the California state line. Authorities say the suspect actively firing at the building when the call came in. Deputies arrived on the scene, took the individual into custody. No injuries reported. Governor Lombardo says some locations across the state could see increased police presence following the joint U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran. In a statement on Saturday, the governor said he's closely monitoring developments in the Middle East with senior state officials and law enforcement agencies, adding that his top priority is the state of Nevada. He didn't specifically say which locations would see additional patrols, but he did say police have increased security around synagogues during past conflicts involving Israel. Last week, the sheriff of Clark County, Kevin McMahill, said during his State of the Department address, Las Vegas remains a potential terrorism target, announced plans to expand resources for the counterterrorism unit at Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. Nevada's electric vehicle drivers say the state's charging network still leaves major gaps, especially in rural areas. One Las Vegas resident says he can travel about 280 miles in his electric Kia, but worries about getting stranded on long stretches like Highway 50 or US 93 if chargers aren't working. Back in 2021, lawmakers passed Senate Bill 448, sponsored by Chris Brooks, authorizing NV Energy to invest up to $100 million in charging infrastructure. The utility has spent just $12 million, building 16 sites so far. Meanwhile, Nevada Department of Transportation failed to spend millions in federal EV funds before some of that money cut by Congress. Drivers say until more reliable chargers are built, long-distance EV travel in Nevada remains a gamble. Nevada lawmakers have approved a series of new election rules ahead of candidate filing that begins today. The state's legislative commission signed off on regulations clarifying that mail ballots received within 3 days of Election Day cannot be rejected solely because a postmark is missing or illegible. The change followed a failed 2024 lawsuit from the Republican National Committee and the Nevada Republican Party seeking to block such ballots. Lawmakers also tightened rules on mass voter eligibility challenges, saying complaints must be based on first-hand knowledge, not database information alone. In addition, regulations now allow candidates to use campaign donations for personal security expenses, including firearms, ammunition, and training. Some Republican lawmakers raised concerns, but the regulations ultimately approved. Nevada's prison tablet program drawing backlash from inmates and advocates who say high costs and technical problems are undermining its original promise. Nevada Department of Corrections rolled out nearly 10,000 tablets after a 2023 law allowed their use statewide. Officials say the devices would reduce recidivism and make it easier and cheaper for inmates to stay in touch with family. But incarcerated people and report phone calls now cost 10 cents per minute, video visits 16 cents per minute, and streaming 5 cents a minute, adding up to thousands of dollars a year. Advocates say both pricing options approved in regulations haven't been implemented. The director, James Surenda, has blamed federal regulatory changes for some price increases. Meanwhile, State Senator Melanie Scheibel says lawmakers intended for the program to lower costs for families. Advocates plan a communications boycott starting this week, calling for the state to follow its own rules. And the man cited as the inspiration for the Rambo film franchise has died in Nevada. Bo Greitz passed away Friday at the age of 87, according to a social media post from his wife, Judy. She wrote that the talk show host peacefully passed, adding that his comrades were welcoming him home and asking, "What took you so long, Colonel?" Greitz, a highly decorated Vietnam War veteran and former Army Special Forces officer who rose to the rank of lieutenant colonel, he later lived in southern Nevada for more than 40 years. He's often credited as the real-life inspiration for John Rambo, portrayed by Sylvester Stallone in First Blood. His wife said he had recently been diagnosed with cancer and wished to spend his final days at home in Sandy Valley. 825 for Sahara Motors. That's news from the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.